Hi, this is Steve. Let's take a look at how easy it is to retire fixed assets from Dynamics GP. I've shown you before how to set up a new asset and how to depreciate that, but let's take a look at retirement. It's really quite easy to do. To retire an asset, I'll go to the financial area page, down to fixed assets, and then to retire. What I'm going to do is I'll look up the item that I want to retire, and we'll scroll down here and let's pick this one right here. And I'm going to pick the retirement date and retirement type. Now I've got different options here. This is going to be a sale because I'm going to sell it to somebody. And I can identify or define a retirement code for this. These are all user defined. I'll select sold here. And now I've got three ways in which to specify how much of that asset I'm going to retire. It may be a quantity, it could be a cost, or it could be a percent. I'm just going to retire 100% of it, and the proceeds are going to be $200. So let me put that in here. Once I have those fields filled out, I can hit retire, which I'm going to do. And this is going to create a transaction in the fixed asset system. So we'll take a look at that. But first, let's take a look at the retirement inquiry. So we'll go down here to fixed assets inquiry, and we'll take a look at the retirement, and we'll look up that asset. It was 21. And you can see here the event and the time, and we can drill back into that and see an inquiry screen on that. So the next thing I would want to do is run the GL posting so I can take those transactions from fixed assets and put them into my general ledger. So let's take a look at that. Let's go down here and we'll hit GL posting. I'm going to make it as the end of December, and let's put a December date on it. So I'm going to run this process, and this is the standard process that you run to get transactions out of fixed assets into the general ledger. So let's just take a look at that. We're going to run this screen here, and we'll see this is a standard report, and there it is. It's taking the it's retiring the asset. You can see here I said I sold it for $200. So what I would it's going to put that amount into a cash expense account. I can go back later and record a deposit for that amount in my financial banking system. So let's X out of that. And now let's take a look at the transaction as it looks in General Ledger. So scroll up here and we'll take a look at it. And there it is. You can see this is the entire transaction here. Let's open it up. And you can see that it backed out the purchase. It backed out any accumulated depreciation that was there, and it backed out the depreciation for the prior year, and then it recorded the gain and loss on that sale, and finally it recorded the $200 cash I received for that. So this is the complete entry, and this coincides with the entry in the fixed asset system. So now we've completed the cycle. We retired the asset, we took the transaction from fixed assets, put it into GP, and here's the general ledger. And that's it. It's really quite simple. The fixed asset system in Dynamics GP is one of my favorite modules because it works so well, and it really takes care of a big problem that a lot of people have when they have a lot of their fixed assets in Excel spreadsheets. It's much easier to manage them in Dynamics GP. If you're not already using fixed assets, you should really give it a try.